Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about the existence of 3,000 American LGSs, local game shops. All right, so first of all, we didn't know this before today, but we do know it now, in my humble opinion. So, what is the source on this? That there are 3,000 local game shops in America. Well, it's a Dungeons and Dragons source, in my humble opinion. And who is that? Rudy from Alpha Investments. Rudy from Alpha Investments is a fascinating guy, and I watch his channel a lot. I would say I watch half his content. And so it's pretty wild. He used to have this, like, one of the most baller collections of Magic the Gathering cards you could ever imagine, and he would, like, show a bunch of foil whatevers, a bunch of foil ivory towers in. That's probably a bad example because that comes from an older set where they didn't have foils, but that's probably been reprinted. So there is foil. I was right. There are foil ivory towers. So he had a bunch of foil ivory towers in a 3-ring binder, right? And what he does now is he buys sealed product for Magic the Gathering. And when you buy Magic the Gathering, you're buying Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not sure you're aware of that. Magic the Gathering is canon to Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is canon to Magic the Gathering, right? And so he doesn't realize it, but he produces a ton of Dungeons and Dragons metrics, right? And so he needs to know how many LGSs there are to know how many stores could possibly sell Magic the Gathering. But those same stores have the possibility of selling Dungeons and Dragons, right? So one, I firmly believe his number. He works hard, smart guy, he does a lot of math, right? And I think it's very important that there is 3,000 in October 2023. There are 3,000 local game shops in America. That is astounding. Okay, so let's break that down. Okay, so first of all, how many is that per state, right? I think that's 60 times 30, okay? That's... So there's 50 states, right? And, now you're watching me do math live. That's not super exciting. But if we take 100 and divide it into 3,000, that's going to be 30, right? And then, yes, that's right. Okay, 30. And then let's cut that in half, and that's 15. So that means there are there's at least 15 local game shops in every single state. Did I get that right? Yeah. No, I don't think I did. I don't know how many. I really want to know how many. So I'm estimating now there's about 15 local game shops in every state. No, that's not right, because there's 50 times 15. No, it's way higher. Oh, I think there's actually. So it's 100. It's 30. I can't do that math in my head. I apologize. So basically we have these states, right? And they have X number of LGSs. And I get why I guess that conversation is over. There are so few local game shops. Who cares if they're friendly or not, right? Because the reality is they're that's a lot. It's not a small number. I would have thought it was smaller, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, the LGS is gonna. I'm gonna keep saying FLGS. The friendly local game shop. There's so many, there's so few of them, and they're dying. But there seems to be a ton, right? And so why are there a ton? Well, first of all, I can tell you right now, you can bank on collectible card games, right? And Dungeons and Dragons has as a component of it a collectible card game, right? Magic the Gathering. It's just nested right inside Dungeons and Dragons, right? And so you might not be able to sell the D&D canon hardbacks, but you could sell the heck out of, Adventures in Baldur's Gate, Adventures in Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Ravnica, Theros, Kaldheim, Dominaria, every canon D&D setting that exists, Innistrad, just, you can list the list can go on and on and on and on and on. Oh, you got a setting that's not canon to D&D? That's cute. It will be soon. Yeah, I don't care what it is. It's going to be in D&D soon, right? Like, so the reality is, so that's one of the things that is real. Is these local game shops are making a crap ton of money from collectible card games, right? And you very much can make a real amount of very real money from collectible card games, and from collectible card games. And Dungeons and Dragons has a collectible card game nested inside it, right? And that's Magic the Gathering, which is canon to D&D, and D&D is canon to Magic the Gathering. 3,000 LGSs. Also, I know 15 of you are going to do the math and tell me exactly how many LGSs are in every state. Much appreciated. I'm excited about that number. It's not nearly as low as we thought, right? And I'm not sure the LGSs are in such a precarious state as we thought, right? That's a pretty astounding, something to learn from a Magic the Gathering source. Rudy from Alpha Investments, in my humble opinion. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear yours. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.